being so nice to me.
I'm the same way.
$100.
Thank you, man.
On behalf of the military homies, are military guys red flags in the dating scene? Why or why not?
Yeah, we can go around the table on this. Avery, is it a red flag? Why or why not?
I don't think so. I don't know. I've actually never dated or matched with a guy in the military, but no.
Okay.
No, it wouldn't be. I'm kind of confused. Why would it be? Like, what's the
Well,
presumption?
I suppose,
PCS, TDYs, like you're caused to travel on
like deployments and stuff. Like,
but it's honestly the military men get taken advantage of more than
Yes.
they're the red flags.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
quite the opposite. Like military men get cheated. There was a show called Army Wives, I believe, on CBS that just illustrated this entire point. It's women, especially after World War II, guys would be deployed for 2 years. They'd come back, and it was like a 75% divorce rate after that. So it's quite the opposite. It's men who get married and then deploy. That whole situation tends to be a red flag.
what's it called? A dependopotamus? Is that? Have you heard that term, Mike?
Dependopotamus.
A dependopotamus.
Yeah.
Well done.
Is that?
There's women who just scour around Fort Hood, just looking for.
I got a follow-up question for you, but let them finish.
But they just scour around Fort Hood looking for any like second lieutenant they can get their hands on, or any So I think it's quite the opposite as far as being a red flag. Most military guys I know don't have the ability to cheat. We can do a 15-month deployment in Iraq. You don't have the ability to cheat. So.
Yeah.
Is that a red flag to you?
Yes.
A military guy is a
Yes,
red
I do.
flag?
It's because I just don't like that feeling of just waiting for somebody. I'm waiting for you. I have loyalty. I have trust. I have this. I have communication. I have that as a person. And I invest all this with a person that's completely far away. And now this person has a lot of other things in his, view at this point. He's exposed to new things. He doesn't have time for that person that's waiting at home. So now she's stuck at home waiting.
Okay, so no long-distance relationships,
Exactly.
Scott.
I'm gonna say yes,
Yeah.
due to personal experience and also like other people's point of views.
So you've dated a guy in the military?
I dated a guy in the military. That was my 7-month situationship. There's a lot of issues between us, but like for example, I would like you're not allowed to do this, but I would also sleep in his barracks, and I would hear a lot of the rumors that was happening. For example, he has this friend who has a fiance. He has another friend that is married, and they would have girls over at their rooms all the time. They have these things called barrack bunnies or something like that.
Yeah, Desert Queens is when you're deployed in barrack bunnies.
So,
I think the other thing we have to differentiate is I think you're talking about enlisted infantry, and there's a big difference between that or just enlisted in general.
Well, I'm talking about enlisted, and I'm talking about other people as well that were outside. For example, like I have girlfriends, and then his friends would be like, hey, like set me up with your girlfriends, and I'd be like, you guys already have somebody though. Then they'd be like, okay, but they wouldn't have to know because I don't know the girls personally.
So they're trying to get on the down low.
Exactly. So I don't trust any of those guys.
Okay, so it's a trust thing.
It's a trust thing.
I don't think you can judge everybody by the actions of a few, but I don't
Speak up a little bit.
I don't think you can judge people by the actions of a few like that. Like, it's not a trust thing. I think if a man is willing to put his life on the line to learn how to protect our country and to protect me, I think that's not a red flag.
Hey, maybe I'm biased because my uncle was a Marine, but I have nothing but respect
Once
for...
Marine, always
No,
Marine.
he's still a Marine. He's still a Marine.
He's still a Marine. I have nothing
Hoorah.
but respect for members of the military. Honestly, it wouldn't be a red flag at all because, one, that shows that the guy is very willing to die for his country, which means that he has...
Pro-social, good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Aspen, what do you think?
Yeah, I love this country, and it would raise eyebrows just because one of my life goals is to have my husband with my kids there as much as possible. But for the right guy, I would accept that.
Kylie, would you date a military guy?
Hey, Michael. No, yeah, I think it's great. I can see how some girls wouldn't want to like deal with like dating somebody actually like currently active duty like in the military because of the whole like waiting game or whatever. But
Now,
out of it, and that's great.
Quick
I
follow-up
would.
question. Do you guys know the percentage of Americans who served in the military? Or served? Is it serving or served?
Ever served.
Ever served in the military? Percentage of Americans?
Probably really
No?
low.
No?
65?
65%, really.
Anybody?
Anybody want to
40?
throw out some guesses?
9%.
Anybody else?
40?
35.
I feel like I remember.
Yeah, the number is 6% of people have ever served, and that's active duty, reserve, or anything like that. A lot of people don't realize it's like less than 1% of the U.S. population is currently in the military. And so, yeah, it's actually a much lower number than people think. They did a YouGov survey, and people thought it was somewhere in the 40s.
Yeah.
40% of Americans, they thought 65% of
65.
Americans
She actually said
had served in
65,
the
that's
military.
what-
No, it's
yeah.
about 6% of current people living right now have ever served in the military.